Okay. Hey YouTube, how are we going today? Welcome. So, we are doing a little bit of work on the medieval cat art dolls today. So again, trying to get that done before all of those materials come in for my commission pieces. So I'm working on the third child. So I'm just putting together all of the leg pieces that need to be sewn, and then I can start sewing it up. Hopefully we can get a couple of legs done today. Hello TikTok. So I'm going to start off by pinning everything together. So I've cut out some really rough shapes of the fabric that needs to go over the legs. So I'll give it a bit of a trim when I'm ready to sew it up. And yeah, it's really rough. I mean, sometimes it could be a waste of material, but you know. I used to use a lot more patterns back in the day where I would actually draw out the pattern, but I don't really do that much anymore. And sew it up in a sewing machine, but yeah, I don't do that anymore. I probably went a bit overboard with the seam allowance on this one, so that's fine. I do use the offcuts though anyway, so no big deal. So where's our head here? There's our head. This bit of a trim. How's everyone going? So I don't use any animal products in any of my dolls. You're good? That's good. I'm alright. Just plodding along with these medieval cats. We're getting there though. I reckon I'm about 80% done with them. So that's good. But yeah, cool to start doing like little videos and stuff with these, like seeing them all together. I'm hoping I can like come up with some good video ideas to include these. What do I do like normally for a living? So I work part-time, actually a library technician. So a bit of a different different field than this, but yeah, I only do 3 days a week for now. And then I do this on the other days when I get the chance. Thanks for the likes. So yeah, interesting pathway, I guess. See all sorts of different types of material and whatnot. I'm more digital, digital stuff rather than like books and that, like is typical library tech. Bit of a niche area, I'd say. Okay. It's looking good. Okay, trimming. Just trying to trim what I can to begin with. Do I have any dogs or cats? I got one cat. She's a Burmese and she's got an attitude. She's pretty sweet, but yeah, she's one of those cats that she doesn't like being held, which is a bit weird for Burmese, I think, but she's been like that since day one. She was the only female out of 6 boys. 6 other boys. So I'd be pretty standoffish too. Yeah, 6 boys. I don't know how her mum carried that many kittens. It's crazy. Alright. Now I've got the other leg. But she's a brown Burmese. Just doing a bit of cleanup. When you cut the fabric, it just loses a lot of the pile off where you've cut it. So I like to just clean it. How long today? I only just started, so it's been like, I don't know, 5 minutes or something, if that. But I haven't really been doing lives for too long in general. I've only been doing lives for maybe a couple of months. Yeah, not long. It was really more of a sort of experiment to see. I'm a pretty introverted person, so just trying to reach my target audience, I guess. Doing something a bit different, so just getting out there, I guess. Yeah, I guess you could say that. I've been making videos for a long time, a number of years, but yeah, never done like the lives. So, people are generally pretty nice on lives. Sometimes you get the a-holes, but that's a given, right? With anything online. That's all right. Yeah, so just seeing how it goes. I don't expect much from TikTok or anything really, any social media. Have to do like jump through hoops to get anything out there, especially if you have like if you're an artist, seem to be penalized for whatever reason. Well, I kind of expect more from TikTok rather than like Instagram or anything. So you never know. You never know which video people are gonna like. It's just a fluke, I think. It's like one video will do really popular. Well, I wouldn't say really popular, but kind of popular. And then others that you think would be just don't get the push. Okay, I think we're just about ready to start sewing. Thanks for the likes. Oh, thanks. Thanks for the hand hearts. All right, so here's our... I've got 2 streams going. I've got YouTube going as well. So here's our little medieval cat that everyone seems to like on YouTube. They all like this one. All right, now... Oops, sorry. God, where's my needle? So I can start sewing. This one's a new needle. So it's pretty pointy. Oh, thanks. It's too hot. My inspiration, kind of just in my head. Well, normally I've been doing a lot of realistic animals, so I haven't really had to like get inspiration from anywhere. It's just what animal I felt like making. But yeah, the medieval cats I've been wanting to do for ages. So I thought, I've been sitting on that idea for, I don't know, 6 months or something longer. And I thought, I'd just do it. Just do it. Need to do something a bit different. Just do it. No, I haven't done any of those. Sharks, whales, or turtles. Surprisingly, no. I've neglected sea creatures a lot. So I wanted to sort of do a little bit more this year of the sea creatures. So I did the leopard seal, obviously, and I've done a king penguin chick. So definitely need to do more. Yeah, any material that you think is good. Did you say medieval cat? I did. I've got 3 of them going at the moment. Hey, Phoenix Rising from New Zealand. Sorry if I miss people's comments. I just got a couple of comments going through on YouTube and on here. So I've been doing this for about 13 years, and I started off by doing sort of like plush things with sculpted heads. I've always sculpted, but yeah, just sort of transformed into this. So there wasn't really anybody. There was like a handful of artists doing the same, making art dolls, which we all sort of started around the same time anyway. So there wasn't a lot of tutorials. So it's really just like snowballed from there. But yeah, I used to do a lot more fantasy type things when I first started, and then I started doing more realistic things, and then I don't really do too many copyrighted things just because of the copyright. But yeah, hey everybody on YouTube. Sorry, I don't miss people's comments. Birds are hard. Well, in my experience, birds are hard. So just because of their wings and the way they're articulated and just making the feathers and everything. I mean, you can buy feathers, but I tend to make my own these days. So I'd recommend doing something small, maybe like a rabbit or a cat. You can't go wrong with cats. Or a dog, wolf, something like that. What does that mean? You mean medieval cats? So if you've ever Googled medieval cat paintings, have a look. Have a look at them and their kooky illustrations, and that's what we're doing. Yeah, something small. Just with rodents, they have. I personally find rodents difficult to sculpt. Not so much rabbits, but things like rats and hamsters, because they've just got a similar face, but they've just got like subtle differences. So I find them to be a little difficult to sculpt. But yeah, rabbits are pretty easy. A baby rabbit. And you can make it look cute, right? You can make it look super cute. But yeah, cats are pretty simple. A snake is really simple. It's just literally a tube. It's just a lot of sculpting scales. So, but I mean, you don't have to sculpt scales. You can do something different. I'm going to show you something. I bought these rollers. You can't quite tell, but they're like texture rollers. So it's on YouTube. I haven't tried them out yet, but this one is a snake skin, and this one is like if you're into Japanese art, koi fish and dragon scales. So that's the texture print for that one. So I'm yet to try them out, but they gave me pretty good ideas. So I'm going to test them out and see how I like them. But yeah, because we don't like making scales. Obviously, the snake one might not work all that well because their underbelly is a little bit different. The scales, I mean. So, you can only experiment, right? But yeah, just trying to find like different ways of sculpting scales quickly and like evenly. But his fur's getting everywhere. So I'm just combing out the pile with the bits that I've sewn, just so it doesn't get like sewn in. You know what else is also a pretty easy doll to make, like a beginner doll? A seal. Because you only have to sculpt the head, and then you can sew up the flippers and the tail. But yeah, I recommend starting with a cat. Okay. So I finished all the fur on the overlooked middle child. Not all of it. I haven't done the hands and feet or the paws. Sorry, but I'll give you a little look. I have to trim it so it's dried overnight. But there's TikTok. I have to give it a bit of a trim. And here's YouTube. So I'm just going to trim like this face area here and leave this bit sort of long and blend it in a bit better. But I actually want to go and get some hair scissors. So because this particular fur is really difficult to cut. My pet clippers don't cut them. So I'm going to get some hairdressing scissors to cut them. But yes, I will give this a trim, and I need to do the paws next, and then this one's ready for airbrushing. So that's exciting. I just want to get a picture of them all, or a video of them all sewn up without the colour on. So I'll do a couple of videos with that. But yeah. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. Sometimes I run out of things to talk about. Introvert truck problems. Just going to trim this a little bit because it's a little bit too much excess fabric. Right. I've also got that chameleon that I'm working on as well, which I have kind of got the body a little ready for. It's all pinned together, ready to be sewn up, but this is sort of on the back burner until, because I got the 2 commission pieces, so I reckon that I've got some of the materials, so I do need to make a start on them, but a lot of the other ones I haven't got yet. You thought it was real? No, it's all fake. I don't use any animal products. All fake. Yeah, I'm in Melbourne. So nowhere near that. And it's sort of fizzled out to a tropical low now. So, and it's just sort of like sitting out in the ocean, like on the shore bit. So I don't think it's gonna be anything. It's in Queensland. I'm in Victoria. We don't get cyclones down here. Thanks for asking, though. We just get the odd small earthquake every now and again. Just little ones. Surprisingly, we only have like bushfires around here. It's so funny when people say accent. Because I just don't feel like I have. Obviously, everyone has one, right? Okay. Pin. So I like making smaller dolls. They're just a lot quicker to finish. And you don't have to use like a ton of materials. They're just overall easier to handle. So you know. Hand sewing is not really my favorite pastime. Not a big fan, but you know, gotta do it. I used to do a lot more machine sewing, but this way you just get the bodies a bit more refined, I think. Okay, now I like to just tie off as I'm going, just in case the thread snaps, because it snaps quite often. And we don't want to undo all that work. So I like to tie off as I'm going. How long does it take to finish? Usually between 20 and 30 hours to make one, just depending on the complexities, obviously. So things like movable jaws take a lot longer because I have to, do it in a couple of different steps, so I sort of got to bake as I'm going in different parts. So yeah, I'd say generally like 25 hours I could get away with. Sometimes shorter. Yeah, it just depends. Where do I get my armature? I get them from the wholesaler, but I do have a lot of parts in my shop of the armature. I know they're kind of hard to find, especially if you're in Australia. It's like impossible. But yeah, I get them from a wholesaler. And they're bloody expensive. It's expensive to get them here. It's crazy. So yeah, I only have one size of the pliers left, and I keep getting back in stock requests, I know, but you have to have like a minimum order amount, and I don't need any more armature stock at the moment, so I'm sort of waiting until I need to order again before I do like a big batch. So yeah, I'm kind of out with the pliers. I think I've got 2 left of the big size. So yeah. Got plenty of parts. I'm sort of starting to run out with the smallest one though. It seems to be like one of the most popular sizes. So yeah. Just depends, how much stock I have before I can make another order. And I don't know, the wholesale method's a bit weird. Not the knot. Usually when you get a knot like this, I can't get it out, and I have to sort of tie it off and start again. The wholesale is called Jeton. But yeah, you have to spend a minimum of $500 US with them, otherwise they charge you a fee. And then you obviously got to pay your import taxes and stuff and shipping, freight. You don't get free freight with them. So you sort of kind of be prepared to pay about $900 to get some armature from the wholesaler. So yeah, so it's not cheap. So last time I did a big order, it's about $850 I had to pay. About $850 Australian, I think it was. So it's not cheap. I did order a lot, but yeah, you got to pay customs fees, which that was $200 too. Because why not tax everything, right? But yeah. So I'm assuming that's why not many people have it in their shop. It's not very profitable, is all. So I only got that huge order because if I don't sell it, I will use it, which I don't think a lot of other people have that sort of use for it. So, But yeah, not easy. You can use wire though, if you don't want the ball and socket armature. I think while it is easier, I think it's more, for advanced sort of artists, I'd say, that are sort of further along, I guess. But you can definitely use wire. Do I sell my dolls? Yeah, absolutely. I've got a shop. I sell pretty much all of them. I can't keep them. So I would run out of room really quickly. But yeah, since COVID, like it's been pretty slow, and social media has changed from when I first started using it, and just really doesn't push your things out much anymore. So a lot of artists has been struggling with social medias, different types of social media, getting their stuff out. So, it's not easy. It's definitely become a lot harder to get your stuff out there since from when I first started doing these, 100%. Even like YouTube, when I first started YouTube, I was getting a good reach, and now it's just like, I'm not, it's probably because I'm not like one of those in your face creators, I can't, it's just not me. I'm not doing it. I'm not an actor. I just make dolls. I just make weird things. So yeah, I reckon this year is going to be the weirdest year for my dolls. I went to one con before, Supernova here, which is kind of like a Comic-Con. It was alright. It's just a lot, and I think the demographic was just a little bit too young as well. So, yeah, there's another one, the Oddities and Curiosities Expo, that was just recently here, which I would possibly do that again when it comes back. I just have to think about it. I think that's a better demographic than like a Comic-Con type thing. It's just a lot, and I've got a 2-year-old at the moment, so I can't really just ignore it. So yeah, probably have to wait till she might be a bit older. But yeah, it's just really boring sitting there for an entire weekend, and having to interact with a lot of people as an introvert. It's just really tough on the old noggin. But yeah, I'd definitely think about doing that one. I know they've got a lot of taxidermy things there, so I think like the whole fake taxidermy might appeal. And the audience is older too, so we'll see how that goes. I think it was in January here, so we'll see next time. Probably next year when it comes around, we'll see if I'm interested. You want to know where I get my ball joints? So I get them from the wholesaler, and I was literally just talking about that before. Yeah, I get them from a wholesaler, but I was saying the wholesaler is called Jeton, and the other one is I forgot the name of it. Locklight. They're not as good though. Lockline. I don't really like those ones, but yeah, I was just talking about this before. So you've got to basically spend a minimum $500, or they charge you like a handling fee of, I think it's $50 US. And then you got to pay for the shipping, which is about up to $200 depending where you are, and then you got to pay your import fees. So last time I ordered from them, it was about $850 to get everything in. So the only reason why I get it from there is because if I don't sell it, I will use it. So yeah, I know it's a bit difficult to find, and it's expensive when you do find it, but that's pretty much the reasoning why. Hey, no problem at all. Happy to have a chat. Gee, I know when I first started, it was really hard to find any. There was nothing to no tutorials or even anything really. So yeah, completely self-taught. So yeah, I have this twitch in my eye, and it's been there for like 3 days. It's driving me nuts. It's driving me nuts. This is day 3. It's like day 3 or 4. It's driving me nuts. Yeah, no. But in terms of supplies, I get them from all over the place. AliExpress is a really good one. And I've got a Amazon storefront as well that I've put like a bunch of different supplies in that I use. So they're all in sort of like one place. All right, almost finished with this first leg. Madame Tippitoes. She's lucky. Madame Tippitoes. I'm going to have to pick a favourite. Not the dreaded knot. Alright, so I like to sort of feel to see if I've missed any sort of, like if there's any gap in my sewing before I tie it off. But no, I think this one's feeling pretty good. Sometimes with the ladder stitch and using faux fur, sometimes you can't quite get the tension tight enough. And it sort of opens up a tiny gap. So I like to check for that before I tie it off and cut it. And so I just like to do a couple of tie-offs here. All right. And a handy little tip is if you get your thread, and then sort of poke it out on another area of the doll over here, you can cut the seam line here and basically hides the thread for you. This is a thread that... Hey Yumi, how are you? Thanks for coming back. This is a thread from the torso, so I'm just going to hide that as well because I don't need it. Sometimes I like to leave the thread there just in case I need it for sewing other bits up. So trim that. All right. So I will trim all this. So this is a sort of stage and it looks like a disaster and not at all what it's supposed to be. But no, once you trim it and add the final details, and it all comes together. So I think doing the detail work is like my favourite. If you love all the cats I make, how can you not like all the cats, right? I just want to make cats at the moment. Crazy cat lady. Okay, that's one. Now, should we do both sides? Let's just do this side. So yeah, lots of sewing. It's kind of boring, but boring but necessary. I was talking about on the stream yesterday another little project that I want to start after these commissions. But I'm thinking of calling it Action Cats or Derpy Cats. But the subject is like cats, but they're doing something. So I want to capture like an action pose. So whether it be, I'm thinking $3 to start with. One's going to be yawning. Another one is going to be like licking a glass window. So I want the tongue to be flat so you can sort of pose it against the glass thing. And I haven't quite decided on the other one. I'm thinking sneezing or pooing. You know how cats pull a poo face? I'm thinking that one. Is that childish? Is that childish? I don't know. Probably, but I don't care. Like Google search is going to be a weird one. But yeah, they're my ideas. I'm thinking Action Cats. I don't know. It's not really a catchy name though. Action Cats. I'm kind of actually looking forward to sculpting the inside of a cat's mouth. I don't mind sculpting like inside things' mouths. It's kind of a interesting thing to sculpt. It's got like so many textures and colors and stuff. So I actually don't mind sculpting inside mouths. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting year of dolls for me. Action Cats. But now I've got so many projects on the go at the moment, so, but I really like that idea. I think the pooing one, should I sculpt actual poo? should I pair it with a litter box? Is that too weird? Is that too weird? Would that not be accepted? Pair it with a litter box. Oh well. Yeah. Being my ideas, right? I got a whole bunch of supplies actually. So I got these really cool, like clear antlers, which I just happened to see on the internet, and they kind of reminded me of crystal. So immediately thought to make like a crystal stag. Obviously in the future, but they look really cool. I got them in the mail yesterday, and they look really cool. So I'm just trying to like brainstorm a design for a crystal stag. Like I don't really do fantasy stuff much anymore either, so this would be a nice little fantasy take. So I'm sort of thinking whites, blue, like a little bit of blue, really, really light blue, and silvers. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't quite got a picture of the design in my head. But you know. Lots of sort of designs of different types of things. I'm also working on some lions, which I've sort of put that on the back burner as well because I've just got too many going at the moment with the commissions and everything. So I'll pick everything back up when the commissions are finished. But normally I like to work on a couple of dolls at the same time though, so it's not a big deal. But yeah. actually thought this Twitch would go today, but it's just gotten more twitchy. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. Happy to have a chat. Oops, I pulled the thread out. Got my third medieval cat that I should sew as well, but you know, one at a time. I've got it all pinned up though, so that's good. Oh yeah, I was talking about an Easter doll as well that I thought I'd do something a bit different and not make a cutesy bunny rabbit, but rather make Frank the Bunny from Donnie Darko. I think that's good. But I'm not going to make an art doll of it. I've got like an articulated body that I would just make a head for. It'll be just part of my personal collection. So always wanted to make Frank the Rabbit. And I think now's the time. I don't know whether to restart this TikTok. It's not really doing anything. It sort of bombed out a little bit. I'm going to restart this TikTok. Sometimes it just sort of bombs out. Starts off kind of all right, and then it just. So sometimes I have to be like third time lucky. You can see it sort of flattens the pile here, and we don't want that. And I think I might go back over this to it's just not as tight as I want it to be. Gato? What's gato? What's gato? Like arigato? Like a shortened version? Ah, right, there you go. I'll remember that. Gato. Ga. Cat. I know cat in Russian is kot. If anybody's interested in that. Kot. And cat in Japanese is neko. Is that a thing? Knowing how to say cat in different languages? Maybe I should make that my pastime. Knowing how to say cat in different languages. I remember Gato. I'm saying it like a total bogan, but I will go and Google how to say it appropriately with the correct inflection. Welcome TikTok. I have to restart it because it just went to the shitter. Okay. I was just talking about doing an Easter doll, which I wanted to do something a little bit different and do Frank the Bunny or Frank the Rabbit from Donnie Darko as like an articulated doll rather than an art doll. So that'll be fun. I think so. But, when's Easter? I don't even know the dates. I have to Google it to make sure I get it done on time, which will probably not. Do I get any of these dolls done on time? No. But yeah, I've got like this. I've got this articulated body that you sort of create like an add-on head for. So, and then you obviously do the outfit and whatever. But I've got like the perfect faux fur for it. And yeah, obviously I'll sculpt the head. What's this? I'm making art dolls. We're making some medieval cats. So this is just like sewing up the body on this one. So it's kind of boring, but we're having a funny conversation here. But yeah, here's a little look at the face on it and the body. Super leggy, This is my other one. There's 3 of them at the moment, but this is my other one. Got to trim all this. But yeah, kooky looking fella. But yeah, ordinarily I make like fake taxidermy pieces, but we're doing some weird stuff lately. Thank you. Hey, thanks for the likes. We're going a bit off the rails here. Oh, thanks for the follow. But yeah, in the process of making a chameleon as well, so that's the head. But yeah, so it's sort of in the process of doing the body on it, which that will be airbrushed once it's been. Where's my needle? Once it's been all sewn up. So yeah, I've neglected lots of reptiles over the years, so we're going to make some more. I just finished a snake for Year of the Snake as well, which was like gold and red. Yeah, it was really fun to make. Definitely want to do more snakes after that. Give it a shot. You can't go wrong with an art hobby. Yeah, I've got heaps of videos on my YouTube for beginners, what materials I use, how to do things, all that sort of thing. You found me on TikTok. Nice one. Gato. Spoken like a true bogan. Good detective skills. Yeah, just got some different sort of views. One different one on YouTube, different one on TikTok. But yeah, I don't think the Frank the Rabbit will take me too long. I don't have to construct the whole doll, so I don't think that will take me a long time. But I think the most would be making the outfit for it. I can't remember what was on the feet. Were they runners? I have to find some runners. I probably could sculpt them onto the feet, but I don't want to put the plastic in the oven to cook because it's plastic. So, you know, I'll work it out. Hey, thanks so much for the follow. I've been wanting to sculpt Frank the Rabbit for so many years, but I never have. So, yeah, when I'm like a good way through these two commissions, then I'll do it. The sculpting itself doesn't take all that long. It's just all the sewing and bodywork that takes a long time. What music is this? This is Portishead. So, but I listen to all sorts of things, but this one's Portishead. So a bit of a strange, band, genre of music, I should say. But yeah, there's no one else that sounds like them. But mainly, I listen to like things like chill hop and stuff. But I listen to everything. Yeah, well, try Portishead. They're from the 90s, but yeah, it's very interesting soundtracks, I should say. More people should listen to Portishead. Okay, so let's tie this off and then I'll go around and attach the leg to the body, finally. Now, I do want to get some, just some cheap hairdressing scissors before I start trimming that other medieval cat doll. Just because these scissors don't, none of these scissors trim that damn fur. So I need to get some good scissors. Don't know what its problem is. I don't know why I picked to use it either. But I did. It's nice and soft though. Yeah. Okay, this bit's sort of important to keep a good tension on it and make sure it's sort of not going to undo. We don't want like gaps in the sewing. How many years have I been doing this hobby? Almost 13. I think 13 years in April. Or around now-ish. But yeah, about 13 years I've been doing this. So a while. Definitely a while. So I made all sorts of things, you name it, I've made it. That's not true. I've made a lot of different things though. I'm always improving. my skills and trying new things. These legs are getting in the way. Madam Tippy Toes. It's always hard to see as well when you're using sewing like a long piled faux fur. You can't quite see if it's gone in properly. Oh, thank you. I mean, I think you just have to find a hobby that you enjoy, maybe. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've tried like all sorts of different things. I still do. But yeah, this one obviously, I like sculpting. I'm a sculptor. So, I mean, while I could make actual sculptures, it's just this is just what I've sort of, I don't know, experted in. Experted? Is that a word? No. But yeah, I like the posability of it. You know, I mean, I don't think faux fur is really a great thing to work with. It's essentially just plastic, so I don't know. But yeah, you know, maybe I'll do more sculptures in the future. Probably not. Probably not. I don't know what people think when they come in and like, oh, now it's snapped. This is why I tie off. Because the thread snapped and you're going to do it all over again. So that's cool. Basically, I just have to pull what I just did out and do it again. Have I made an art dog with real fur? No, I won't do it. I've been asked, but no, I won't do it. It's just not necessary. I don't really want to work with corpses either. No. No. Yeah, I think somebody wanted to send me a fox pelt or a rabbit pelt. And then they got really offended when I said no. But each to their own. You know? Okay. But I mean, they can go to a taxidermist if they want that sort of thing, right? Sometimes it's really annoying when I'm looking for like a particular fur, fake fur, obviously. But sometimes, especially on like AliExpress, they like lump it in with real fur and it does my head in. Because they've obviously got like animal farms over there and just kill them for their fur, I guess. What's the weirdest thing you've been asked to do? Well, two things. I had a weird amount of people ask for me to draw a picture of them. like, what? No, I'm a sculptural artist. The weirdest thing, probably the one where they wanted their cat, but they wanted to put their ashes in there. Not that it's weird, but surprisingly, there hasn't been too many weird things. But probably, yeah, the weirdest ones are the pet bereavement ones, I guess. But yeah. Exactly, posable taxidermy. I'm not a taxidermist. I don't know anything about preserving hides and stuff either, so I don't know. I know they get a lot of bugs and stuff, and no. No thanks. But follow on for the weirdest thing. I don't know if you're here before, but I have a new idea in my head. Action cats or derpy cats, but yeah, cats that are doing various poses. So I want to do 3, obviously when I get the chance, but I want to do 3. 1 yawning, 1 licking like a glass wall or something, a glass, let's say a shower screen, because that's what they do, right? So I want like the tongue to be flat, and the next one I'm thinking of doing is a poo face. You know how they go, you know how they pout. I thought that would be a good one. Complete with letterbox. Maybe poo? Maybe kind. Is that too much? Back with the dad jokes. Yeah. Bad joke. But yeah. Is that too much? Sculpting cat poo and is that childish? Is that childish? Probably. Speaking of cat poo, is my cat walking past? I think that pouty face would be pretty funny to sculpt. Yeah, you know. What would I make the litter box out of though? Do I put real litter in there? Do I put real litter in a bag and send it along with the poop? Just stop me. Yeah, really? I've never actually watched those. I can imagine it wouldn't be very nice. I know they'd use a lot of the crocodiles here, for crocodile leather, because there's just so many of them, apparently. See you, mate. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm on like this oddities group, and they have like things like that. They find like animal bones, and they make a little like sculpture thing that you put in a dome. I actually bought 2 domes because I wanted to sculpt some. Another idea. I wanted to sculpt some more skulls because I really enjoyed sculpting that deer skull. So I thought I only got 2 just to, give it a go, see if I like doing it. And I'm a little bit about posting glass. So, but yeah, I like to do like sculpt some different skulls and yeah, sort of set them up in the dome. But we'll see how that goes. Yeah, it's crazy. Well, a lot of things I guess did. It's just like bison, that almost wasn't a thing anymore for little bisons. Right, where's our seam line? Right, that's about it for this one, this leg. So just tie it off. Alright. Again, we'll thread it away through it somewhere. Try not to poke my finger. Right. Let's see. So these legs, I will trim them when everything's been sewn together. But yeah, it's a good little way of getting all the loose fur out. It's just to comb it a little bit, and it all collects on your brush. So, so I've got such a weird cat. All right, so I've got 2 more legs to sew in the tail. That's sort of what we got so far. All right. Maybe we'll do just a tiny bit of gluing. All right. Now, so kooky, isn't it? Creepy. Can we say creepy? Alright. So just to shake it up a bit, do something a bit different so it's not all sewing, because that's boring. So I'm just putting in a little bit here. Okay. Do we want to leave them fluffy? No. Just going to give this a bit of a trim so it doesn't get in the way. Surprisingly, these cut, so. Alright. Now, which way is the fur going? This way. Sure, why not? Can never go wrong with doing some art stuff, I think. Anyway. Maybe I'll go to my pet shop, local pet shop, and see if they have any good scissors for cutting fur, That would be the logical thing, wouldn't it? Alright. A little bit of glue on, and then we want to match up the seam lines there. Blend it in. Okay. Alright. Oh, my daughter likes this song, so. Right. Now, I'm just going to put this bit on, and then that'll be it for today. The child is awake. Okay. I'm going to invest in some one of those little sticky rollers after doing all this stuff. Sticky roller is a must. Alright. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to jump off. But I'll be back tomorrow, about 12:30 to 2-ish. So I will catch you later, YouTube.